As if the McCrispy couldn't get any better, Bacon and Ranch just entered the chat. The Bacon Ranch McCrispy, available at participating McDonald's for a limited time. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, presented by Capital One. Ooh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1716. Stonewalling in a Relationship, Responding Effectively, by Dr. Kathy McMahon of CouplesTherapyInc.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ORD with me, your host and narrator, Greg Audino. Great to have you here today, as it is another very special episode in which we introduce a new author to the show. Today, we'll be hearing the first of hopefully many posts from Dr. Kathy McMahon, who is the founder of CouplesTherapyInc.com. She's got some words of wisdom about stonewalling and how to respond effectively to it. And after that, in the outro, I'll tell you a bit more about her and offer my commentary as usual. But for now, let's jump right into this post and start optimizing your life. Stonewalling in a Relationship, Responding Effectively, by Dr. Kathy McMahon of CouplesTherapyInc.com. Define stonewalling. What does stonewalling mean? Gottman calls stonewalling one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse that happens in romantic relationships. Evidence reveals that it happens when a partner feels overwhelmed, shuts down emotionally, and breaks eye contact. It is seen in both healthy and dysfunctional relationships. People stonewall in happy relationships, they just do it much less. Stonewalling behavior is a highly gendered behavior, according to Dr. Gottman's research. The rate among men is 85% of the time, versus 15% for women. When women stonewall, it's usually a serious sign of marital distress. When not a manipulation strategy, stonewalling is basically a flooding response. Flooding, or diffuse physiological arousal in men and women, is the body's alarm system to help humans escape a perceived threat. According to the Gottman Institute, flooding is, quote, a sensation of feeling psychologically and physically overwhelmed during the conflict, making it virtually impossible to have a productive, problem-solving discussion, end quote. What does it look like? Signs of stonewalling. To the stonewalled partner, the behavior looks bored or disinterested. He remains expressionless and may cross his arms and look away. His body language gives no indication that he's even listening. Inside, however, tells a very different story, with symptoms including escalated heart rate, 85 or 100 BPM, he's feeling pressure in his chest, he's lost about 30 IQ points, and he's ruminating. He's overwhelmed and trying to comfort himself through internal dialogue. In this self-talk, he justifies his innocence and projects blame outwardly. Oh yeah, she says that, but what about her? She does things that are even worse. It's a coping mechanism, or defense mechanism, which causes people to shut down rather than calming down and re-engaging. The stonewaller often tells the researcher that he was trying to calm things down by not saying anything. He'll tell researchers that he realizes that anything he says, given his self-talk, will just make matters worse. Regardless of what his motives are, the behavior is deeply upsetting to the partner, who tries even harder to argue their point. It escalates a fight instead of diffusing one. Stonewalling abuse and the stonewaller personality. This response to emotional flooding is distinctly different from the silent treatment. The silent treatment is emotional abuse because the perpetrator is attempting to control or manipulate his or her partner into doing what they say. Refusing to engage is emotionally abusive and can go on for days until the victim capitulates. What happens during stonewalling? During an argument, the partner's nervous systems are not in alignment. One partner can become overwhelmed and stop communicating. This activates the other partner's response by becoming increasingly vocal and active in an attempt to be heard. The partner feels abandoned or disrespected. 2 very different things are being experienced. Antidote to stonewalling. Once a stonewaller understands what flooding or diffuse physiological arousal, DPA, is, their job is to calm themselves down, his partner can step back and allow him to do that. Then both can re-engage more calmly after an agreed-upon time of at least 20 minutes. How to respond to stonewalling. Dealing with stonewalling is straightforward and direct. Both need to call a timeout to stop the interaction and separate for 20 minutes. The stonewaller can say, "I'm feeling flooded and I need to calm down. I'll be back." If the partner becomes aware of their partner's flooding, they can also call a timeout. The one calling the timeout should be the person who checks in to continue the conflictual conversations. This is one factor that distinguishes an abusive stonewaller from an ordinary stonewaller. Once the distinction is clear and agreed upon, the abusive stonewaller will not return until their demands are met. How to do a 20-minute timeout. Engage in deep breathing by counting 4 on the in-breath and 5 on the out-breath. Tense and relax your muscles using any number of methods, including the Jacobsonian relaxation technique. Imagine that one's tense muscles are heavy and warm. Close one's eyes and imagine a calm and relaxed scene that would produce a relaxation response. If they begin to ruminate, focus back on the image or one's breathing. When to seek couples counseling. When stonewalling is a manipulative or controlling strategy, seek help right away. When it's deliberate, it is a form of emotional abuse. The partner who refuses to communicate is often drawing the situation out. The goal is to prevent the other partner from exploring other options and to gain the upper hand. In other cases, stonewalling is a trauma response. Individuals who have suffered trauma in the past may respond by using stonewalling as a means of self-protection. It's a form of shielding oneself from further hurt, akin to fainting when under extreme pressure. You just listened to the post titled, Stonewalling in a Relationship, Responding Effectively, by Dr. Kathy McMahon of CouplesTherapyInc.com.
Priceline presents Go to Your Happy Price. What's up? It's Kaylee Cuoco. When it comes to travel, we all have a happy place. You can see yourself already there. It's beautiful. It might be sunny and sandy for some, neon and urban for others, deserts or rainforests or hiking trails. With Priceline, you can get to your happy place for a happy price with deals you really can't find anywhere else. Like up to 60% off select hotels to Costa Rica or 5-star hotels for 2-star prices in Cabo. Go to Priceline.com and travel to your happy place for a happy price. All right, see ya. I'm off to Miami. No, actually, wow, look at that. No, I'm going to Hawaii now. Ooh, Cancun looks nice. You know what? Belize looks pretty nice this time of year. Or, Palm Springs.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
So, you open Google Chrome on your phone, you're hunting for a super rare first edition vinyl of a band you're obsessed with, when you're supposed to be working. But this site you tapped on seems pretty shady. And Daryl from IT just jumped up from his desk. Oh no, he's coming your way. It's a good thing built-in malware protection keeps you safe and sound. Not from Daryl, though. Sorry. There's no place like Chrome. Download Google Chrome on your phone.
And thanks so much to Dr. Kathy, or Dr. K as she likes to go by, for sharing this post today and for joining our roster of contributors. Now, a bit more about her. She is a clinical psychologist and a therapist. She's also the founder and president of Couples Therapy Inc., as I said before. Dr. K feels really passionate about couples therapy and holds a deep respect towards those who invest in making their relationship better. And she's currently conducting online and in-person private couples retreats. And her team of over 25 clinicians at Couples Therapy Inc. have over 600 years of combined expertise helping couples. 5 are former program directors of graduate schools or have taught at a graduate level, and all have advanced training in a science-based approach. They are here to provide the very best online marriage counseling to couples in need across the globe. So, we are really happy to be able to feature their work, and this was definitely a great post to start with. You might have had a particularly strong reaction to this post. Perhaps, as is the case for many couples, it's striking a chord and reminding you of so many unresolved arguments past that have never been addressed. You might not know where to begin at this point. Well, if you feel like stonewalling has been a long-standing issue in your relationship, and it feels like a lot to get to the bottom of at this point, perhaps start by considering the patterns between all the times in which you felt stonewalling was present. Was it about a certain topic, maybe before or after a certain event. These are really good questions to start asking as a means of understanding what the root problem is that is causing the stonewalling. Because, of course, it's not just about a lapse in communication or feelings of overwhelm. That's the physical manifestation of an underlying issue, which, of course, is more important to address than the behavior it's driving. And luckily, you can always consult the team at Couples Therapy Inc. to get you started with this process, should you feel like counseling is a favorable route to take. That is going to do it for today, though, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks again to Couples Therapy Inc. for helping us to create another wonderful episode. And I will see you all again tomorrow for a post from Adina Sokoloff as we begin our parenting leg of the week. That's where your optimal life awaits.